Muncie has opened a newly remodeled healthcare center. See what the nonprofit has to offer.
2 U.S. jet pilots were rescued from the waters of the coast of San Diego Bay. Find out how this happened.
The American Civil Liberties Union is suing the Trump administration over the deportation of migrants to Guantanamo. See how they're trying to help migrants.
A new Pop convenience store has opened in Muncie. See how it's giving back to the community that helped it start.
And I'll have all the information on the freezing rain in our area tonight. NewsLink Indiana starts now.
Local news about local people, live from Ball State Unified Media. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening and thank you for being with us tonight. I'm Andy Zelaya.
And I'm Alexia Bird.
Meridian Health Pediatrics and Primetime Urgent Care unveiled its newly remodeled building. NewsLink Indiana's Lauren Burris found out how these renovations are providing a healthy dose of improvement.
With 57 facilities and offices across Indiana, the not-for-profit Meridian Health offers a wide spectrum of healthcare specialties. After an extensive 3-phase remodel that began in 2023, the building now features a fresh appearance. The improvements go beyond just a vibrant look. The remodel offers spacious exam rooms, cohesive units, a pharmacy now located separately from the main building, enhanced insurance opportunities, and more. One pediatrician and medical physician believes the remodel creates a space where the team can better support each other both emotionally and behaviorally, fostering a more compassionate work environment.
We truly can preach and live the journey of whole person health. It's inside and out, top to bottom. It involves every bit of your senses, all of your emotional welfare, how you feel about yourself, the character, the ethics, the morals. We can bring it all together in one place.
The practice manager for Meridian Pediatrics and Urgent Care played a pivotal role in the clinic's remodel. Drawn from her deep understanding of both patients' needs and doctors' perspectives, she provided invaluable insight.
With Meridian, we also offer free bus passes. We want to make sure there's no barriers to get the children in here.
Dr. Larson feels it is more than just a building, and it is impactful to Muncie and surrounding areas.
So this building's really been fabulous on many levels, because it just is another piece of our ability to reach our fingers in a manner that hopefully in the community brings a very positive note.
Meridian focused on improving the infection control by building 3 separate waiting rooms and singular waiting rooms for infants that have not yet received immunizations. The services aren't limited to just patients of Meridian Health, but also anyone in the community seeking healthcare services. In Muncie, Lauren Burris, NewsLink Indiana.
Potential or current patients can learn more about Meridian Health Care Services through its online website, meridianhs.org.
2 pilots were rescued from the water after a Navy jet crashed into San Diego Bay today. The pilots ejected before the plane crashed into the water off Shelter Island. The Coast Guard says the 2 were in the water for only a minute or 2 before a crew in a fishing boat picked them up. They were taken to a nearby hospital and are stable condition. There is no word yet on what caused the crash.
The American Civil Liberties Union has sued the Trump administration over the migrants recently taken to Guantanamo Bay. Last week, the U.S. started using military aircraft to transport migrants to Cuba immigration. Advocates say this will result in the migrants being detained without legal representation. The lawsuit filed Wednesday in Washington, D.C., says the detainees have a right to counsel and calls for immediate face-to-face access to the migrants. Among the plaintiffs, relatives of Gitmo Dainties and groups who want to offer legal services to the migrants. And now, let's see what's going on in weather with Jay.
Yes, thank you, Andy. Thank you, Alexia. We have a wintry mix that has been dominating most of our area throughout the evening, and it's still expanding as we speak here. You see Muncie area with those freezing rain moving right through the area, and that's only going to increase as we head through the overnight. It's already quite slick out there, so make sure to use extra caution. when driving or walking. We see 33 in Muncie, currently 33 in Indianapolis, 33 in Terre Haute as well. A little warmer down south towards Evansville, and then up towards South Bend, 24 degrees. And for the headlines, what we will be tracking, the freezing rain continuing throughout the overnight, colder lows, and more weekend precipitation.
Pop Shop is a new convenience store near downtown Muncie. Kamara Munn reports on how it found its way to the community.
A new Black-owned business is up and running on Willard and Hackley Street, providing affordable, fair-priced food and snacks to the community. But the story behind this convenience store makes it more than just a place you can enjoy your favorite treats. Where there was once tragedy, now stands a small business offering job opportunities for youth. Just a year and a half ago, there was a mass shooting in the area of South Hackley and Willard Street, resulting in many injured victims and one death. Owner of Pop Shop Paris Powell was a victim of the shooting and is still living through his traumatic experience that took place on the same lot as his store.
And I left here traumatized, and I use that word very strongly, especially for the body of experience or anything like that, but traumatized of being powerless to do anything about that particular night.
Powell returned back to his home in Florida after the shooting, hoping to see the area make a change to the community. Having not seen any progress, Paris decided to take matters into his own hands.
That's a big thing in our culture, in our community, is that we bury so much pain and we bury so much trauma that it becomes, we basically become immune to it and indifferent to it, to a fact that we think we can't do nothing about it.
Now having taken a full 180, the Pop Shop supports its acronym Purpose Over Profit by providing a place for teenagers to start working during after-school hours. Nikita Reed, Powell's fiance, has been alongside him through his journey with the Pop Shop and has helped along the way.
He started from the bottom. I mean, this was a pit where didn't nobody want to hang out anymore. So he turned it into a positive environment for kids to improve themselves, grow.
Powell had no history in business, so he took a semester of Ball State's Impact X class to help formulate his shop. Learning more about the intersection of entrepreneurship and community, Powell found this class helpful to the structure of his business. Powell will have an official grand opening in the spring and plans to continue having purpose over profit. In Muncie, Kamara Munn, NewsLink, Indiana.
The Pop Shop is open Monday to Sunday from 7 a.m. to 12 a.m. Powell expects his grand opening to be in the spring.
Habitat for Humanity of Muncie is an organization that offers a variety of resources to help families in need.
A partnership can seem like a small thing, but to some Muncie families, it can mean a changed life. Habitat for Humanity of Muncie looks to bring good, decent, affordable housing for those who need it. According to the World Green Building Council, 80% of cities worldwide do not have affordable housing options, and this organization strives to help reduce that statistic. People from all walks of life come together to help with Habitat's mission. Kristen Freehill, the Director of Community Engagement, shares Brandy's story, a homeowner who turned into an employee.
She was very nervous talking to other people. She was nervous swinging a hammer, nervous even being on the construction site. And she completed her 250 sweat equity hours almost quicker than any other family. Like once she got in there, she knocked it out.
This organization is a hand up, not a handout. Habitat takes homeowner applications once or twice a year, and you can join the notification list on their website to get notified when the applications open. They stress to reach out and apply even if you are not sure it's the right fit. They encourage homeowners to not worry about if they get denied when they apply, but to think of it as a not yet letter. Their resources are not limited to building houses. They want to help, but they cannot help if they don't know. CEO Lindsay Arthur talks about what Habitat means to her.
They've felt maybe that life has been hard or people don't care, and when they come to a work site and they see people from all across the community working on their house, it really does help them to believe that there's good in this world and that there are people who care.
Habitat continues to make a difference in the Muncie community every day and is serving its 300th family next month. They are currently in preparation for a major fundraising event that will take place in April. In Muncie, Cameron No, NewsLink, Indiana.
If you would like to get involved or are in need, visit their website, munciehabitat.org. Coming up, Chevron is laying off workers, how it's connected to the stock market.
And the thread is being pulled from one fabric store. why they are closing so many locations.
Hey, boss. Okay?
I said I'm fine.
Me the bed, see you in the morning with the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it, and we lost it.
You can talk to me.
It's been really, really hard for me.
Hey there, Hoosiers. Are you ready to give your child a head start on their future? Indiana 529 savings plans are a simple way to save for their education. Plus, there are some great tax benefits. The best part? It's not just for college. Indiana 529 can be used for tech schools, trade programs, apprenticeships, and more. Start with just $10 a month at myindiana529.com to help them reach their dreams.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose. But here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing. And getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life.
This is my time.
Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started.
This is my time. There ain't no doubt in my mind.
Find your place in space.
This is my time.
Space for All.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
Welcome back. The recent decline in the stock market has dealt a heavy blow to the oil company Chevron's earnings. Chevron announced it's laying off 15 to 20% of its workforce, with about 45,000 employees. That could mean up to 9,000 jobs. The second most valuable U.S. oil company says the layoffs will start this year and be mostly completed by the end of 2026. The move aims to cut costs by between $2 and $3 billion. The cuts come after the company missed Wall Street's earnings expectations for the fourth quarter, and amid uncertainty over whether Chevron's pending $53 billion bid to buy Hess will close.
Since announcing bankruptcy again, Jo-Ann Fabrics has begun downsizing. Jo-Ann Fabrics is closing 500 stores, leaving only 300 stores open nationwide. The company says the move is necessary as it navigates the bankruptcy process. Jo-Ann filed for bankruptcy last month for the second time in a year. It first filed for Chapter 11 in March 2024, but was able to stay afloat after becoming a private company. The retailer blames this current filing on severe and unexpected inventory issues.
Ozempic reduced alcohol consumption in the first trial of the diabetes and weight loss drug for alcohol use disorder. The study involved 48 people with signs of moderate alcohol use disorder. AUD affects nearly 30 million people in the U.S. The study found those taking low dose of semaglutide, the generic name of Ozempic, for 9 weeks saw significantly greater reductions in how much alcohol they drank compared with people on a placebo. They also saw significantly greater reductions in cravings for alcohol. It's important to note this first clinic trial was relatively small and limited in duration. Larger trials will be needed to determine whether the drugs are a new possible treatment.
We are tracking freezing rain moving through our area this evening. I'll have all the information on that in my full forecast after the break.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Did you know that 9 out of 10 Americans are sick of the divisions in our country? But there's one small step we can take to remember that we're still connected. All over America, strangers with different political views are coming together to talk about their lives, not politics, and discovering they actually have a lot in common. Because even if we don't see eye to eye, we can still talk heart to heart. So let's talk for a change. Learn more at takeonesmallstep.org.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Welcome back. We're currently tracking freezing rain moving throughout much of the viewing area today. You can see this wintry mix pushing from southwest to northeast, and that's overspreading much of actually Indiana throughout this evening. Reason for this is those current temperatures sitting right around freezing, which is making for that freezing rain as it hits the surface. 33 Muncie, 33 Indianapolis, 33 as well down towards Terre Haute, 38 a little warmer down towards Evansville, and then much colder into the 20s as you go north towards Chicago and South Bend. Today's high, we reached 32 degrees right at that freezing mark. Average 39 degrees, just about 7 degrees or so cooler than average. And our record high, 71 back in 1999, way warmer than what we are seeing right now, obviously. So not going to be near any records in the near future. Tonight, low of 29, and that dipping below freezing is going to allow that freezing rain to turn into flurries as we head overnight. It'll eventually taper off in the early morning hours. And the winds are going to pick up 15 to 25 out of the west tonight, and those are also going to increase throughout the day tomorrow. I'll have more on that in a second. The precision cast shows that wintry mix overspreading the entire state, pushing out by tomorrow when it's going to be mostly cloudy. And then another round comes in of potentially wintry mix Friday into Saturday. That's going to bring some more rain and freezing rain chances for much of our area as well. Tomorrow morning, 28 degrees, 8 a.m. Notice the winds 15 to 20 as well, but then they gust potentially up to 30 miles an hour as we hit around the lunchtime at noon. And we're going to struggle to really hit 30 degrees even as we see 28, really the maximum that we will see. And speaking of those wind gusts, peaking at around 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, mid to late afternoon is when we can expect 25, maybe even pushing 30 like I mentioned before they eventually taper off Friday into the weekend where it should be much calmer on those winds. And then for that 6 to 10 day forecast I mentioned, it's going to be cold and it's going to be really cold, and the entire Midwest is going to see below average conditions throughout the 6 to 10 day period here. Really the entire United States, not really any areas of warm or even average temperatures, as it's going to be a very cool 6 to 10 days forecast. So that cold weather is just going to continue throughout the next while here. And that 7-day forecast will show you just that. 29 degrees tomorrow as the high. Valentine's Day forecast, 30 degrees. That is when we can see that freezing rain push into the area. And that will turn to rain on Saturday as we warm up to around 42. But then look at this cool off here into next week. 31 and then 16 on Monday. Really cold. And those overnight lows, 6 degrees. So it is going to get cold. Winter is not done yet. Unfortunately, for those who are not big fans of winter, we're going to be dealing with it for a while longer. So I walked about 15 minutes here. It was already slick on my way here, and it's still going to continue, so I'm dreading the long walk home.
Oh my gosh, me too. I swear, earlier today, it was like that weird mist, rain feeling, and I was like, oh no, you know something bad is coming when it looks like that.
The amount of texts I've been getting from people of like, please make sure you get home safe. Yeah. So I get it.
It's going to be a long walk,
Yeah. I hope they can at least put in like the ice for tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the salt trucks were out, so hopefully they're on that. They're on top of that.
Well, thank you so much, Jay. There's a lot more to get to on NewsLink Indiana. Emma Deaton has a preview of sports.
Thanks, Andy and Alexia. One Cardinal athlete looks to win some postseason hardware, and another squad starts their season at the top of the standings. All this and more next in sports. Be right there.
Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Students who can read by the end of 3rd grade are 35% more likely to graduate. I'm Dr. Katie Jenner, Indiana Secretary of Education, here to tell you how reading 30 minutes per day can improve the trajectory of a child's life. Whether you're reading with your child or they are reading independently, this is one of the most important things you can do to help them succeed. So this school year, please encourage your child to continue reading. It's a small habit that makes a big difference.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
At night, NewsLink Indiana brings you the news before you go to bed.
But Friday mornings, you're waking up with Cardinal Weather, bringing you up to speed on the day's top stories.
And giving you up-to-the-minute conditions from the Ball State Weather Center.
And of course, lots of fun.
I gave mine personality. Look, it's got eyebrows.
Ooh.
My lucky glove didn't even work.
But I also am excited for those fall temperatures.
Start your Friday mornings with Cardinal Weather, live on the Cardinal Weather Facebook page.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Emma Deaton with sports. After the win in overtime, the Cardinals beat the Eagles and moved up to 6th place in the Mid-American Conference. Last night, Ball State men's basketball team took on the Eastern Michigan Eagles with a score of 86-84. During the game, Ball State was showing off a lot of great potential in the first half, but in the second half for the Cardinals, it became a different story, struggling on both sides of the ball. Center Peyton Sparks scored 9 out of 11 free throws last night against the Eagles. He was on the free throw line more than anybody else on the Cardinals basketball team. Guard Jeremiah Hill went for 8 out of 15 on the field against Eastern Michigan. He also went for 1 out of 4 on three-pointers.
Shot it well the first half. Second half, not nearly as bad as I thought. But I thought we were a little clunky offensively all night. They did some stuff.
After the game, the Cardinals have now moved up with a 5-6 record in the Mid-American Conference. To keep it in Worthen, Becky Mania is officially in the national spotlight. As the Cards continue their undefeated streak in the MAC, the star senior Allie Becky has been selected as a top 10 semifinalist for the Becky Hammond Mid-Major Player of the Year award. Becky leads the MAC conference in 6 statistical categories and is top 10 in the nation for triple, doubles, assists, and assists per game. Through the first 11 MAC games this season, Becky is shooting 58% from the field, 54% from the three-point line, and has not missed a free throw yet. With 7 more games in the season to go before the MAC tournament, the guard is just 45 assists away from breaking the total assist record for Ball State. Becky and the Cards look to keep up their undefeated MAC streak alive as they fly to Eastern Michigan on Saturday. Staying on the court, Ball State men's volleyball plans to host number 14 Lewis Flyers in a weekend doubleheader. The top 15 matchups will take place Thursday and Friday, with Friday being a Valentine's Day readout. Last season, the Cards and Flyers split 2 5-set matches at Lewis, but the Cards swept the Flyers 3-0 the last time the two met in Worthen back in 2023. This season, Lewis currently leads the MEVA conference in kills and assists, while the Cardinals sit second in points and blocks. First serve is set for 7 p.m. for both games. Pitching things over to the Diamond, Ball State baseball has been named the preseason favorites to win the MAC. The poll, which the Cardinals topped with 95 points, is comprised of predictions made by each head coach in the MAC. Of the 11 coaches in the poll, 6 predicted Ball State to finish first in the conference. 5 coaches also predicted the Cards to win the MAC championship at the end of the season. The opener for BSU this Friday at the Swig and Swine Classic against the Towson Tigers. Now, I have to say, Ball State is really on the map. So we have our women's basketball team that is currently undefeated, and now all of these coaches are just predicting the Ball State baseball team to take it all the way to the tournament and possibly win the MAC championship. I think that's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool, and it makes me super excited for baseball season. And then, oh my gosh, Allie Becky.
Yes,
like,
Allie Becky. Yes.
Yeah.
Becky Mania.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much, Emma. The list of nominees for the 2025 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has been released. The 14 performers on the ballot include Chubby Checker, Outkast, Billy Idol, Mariah Carey, Cyndi Lauper, Joe Cocker, British rock band Oasis, Latin rock group Mana, and the band Fish. Rounding out the list, Bad Company, The Black Crowes, Joy Division, New Order, Soundgarden, and the White Stripes. 8 of the nominees are newcomers to the list. 6 are making a repeat appearance. Chubby Checker is a welcome surprise after becoming eligible in 1985. So Jay, what's going on for weather?
For your high Thursday, so pretty cool Valentine's Day forecast, 30 degrees. That is when we may see that mixed precipitation move in once again, switching to rain on Saturday, warming up, and then a cool off, major cool off into early next weekend. Highs in the teens and lows in the mid-single digits. You see 6 as a low there before moving into the 20s again throughout next week. So that cold weather is not going to be going away anytime soon for those who do not like winter.
Well, thank you so much, Jay. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page and YouTube channel.
And for news anytime, anywhere, just go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night and stay safe.